Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Allie. And today I'm going to be talking about how to do special effects in Photoshop. And basically it's how to create a fog atmospheric type of effect in Photoshop. I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 ways to do it in a quick little tutorial. So why would you want to create fog in Photoshop if you could do it with the fog machine? Sometimes, like tonight, I wanted to shoot my model with the fog machine, but it's 90 degrees out, and she just plain didn't want to be hanging out in my garage, like dying and sweating, so we shot inside, and I'll just add fog in post. And it's not that hard. The other thing is, maybe you don't have a room to use a fog machine, or maybe you're going to shoot out in the woods and you don't have a long enough extension cord. I think if you own a Jeep, you can run your fog machine off of some of the Jeeps, but most cars cannot run a fog machine even with an inverter. So you need to have options. Fog can give you some great atmospheric effects. So please enjoy my tutorial. Okay guys, let's just jump right into this. So, like I said, I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I can add some sort of foggy atmosphere to an image. So this image is edited, and it's nice and creepy. You can see I've done a lot of different things and color tonings and dodging and burning, and now I just want to add some atmosphere. So, first easy way to do it is just with a gradient layer. And the way I like to do it is I just go in and add gradient, and I don't want white, so I'm going to grab my picker, and in this image I think it just should have a little bit of a green to the fog. That should be good because that makes it creepier. And so then the next question is, like, do I want to put do I want it only on the side? Do I want it on the bottom? Do I want it on the top and the bottom? In this case, I'm just going to leave it like on the bottom. And you're thinking, Allie, that looks like shit. And you're right. It's not great right now. So what I'm going to do is first bring the opacity down, and then I'm going to go to the mask, and I make sure I'm set for black. And the black is at 100%, and I'm going to hit the G to go to a gradient, switch to the square gradient. I'm on my mask, and I'm just going to bring it down. And all that's going to do is gets rid of most of the fog. And now I'll just bring my visibility of the fog, the opacity down until it's something else, until it looks a little better. And, you know, that's pretty. Okay, but let's say I want a little bit different look. I can use a fog image. And looky here, I've got one right here. So I'm going to turn off the background layer. I'm going to hit V for the move. And I'm going to drag this on top of my layers. Yeah, it's not a great quality fog. It doesn't matter, it's fog. So I'm just going to go Command minus to give me some room here. And so I like this particular stock image because it's a little bit lighter on the bottom and darker on the top. So just kind of adjusting it to fit. Hit enter, and Command 0 brings it into full screen. And now I'm going to change my blend mode to screen. So I think that this fog here looks a little bit odd in how smoky it is. And if I want to, and one thing that's a good idea to do before you start playing around with this is take that layer and convert it to a smart object. So now we've got a smart object, so I can adjust the changes that I do to it. And it's taking its own sweet time. There we go. Okay, so got a smart object, and now I can go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and give this, that's too much. I just want to kind of, yeah, just put a little mystique into the fog. And there we go. Another thing you can do at this point is you can bring the opacity down a little bit. You can also, you know, yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty good. That gives it a little bit of mystique. Okay, third way to add fog is, and I want to let you guys know, I'm not trying these in advance. I'm doing these right here on screen. These are all ways I try. And I've got a stormy sky. And I'm going to hit V again. And I'm going to grab this object and drag it on top. And you can tell the color is maybe all wrong, maybe not. So here's what I found. I'm doing Command minus to get my picture to scale it. Is that skies make awesome fog. So I'm going to try this piece and make it a little bit bigger now. There we go. And let's go ahead and change our blend mode to screen. And that's definitely too much. So I bring my opacity down a bit. I'm going to convert it to a smart object in case I decide to start doing crazy things to it. And then the first thing I want to do on this one, it's actually not a bad look. I like how you can almost see the clouds over here. Kind of gives it a little extra creepy feel. But I don't like having anything over my model's face. So that means I just need to mask some of this out. So I'm going to add a mask. And I'm going to hit G so that I get my gradient tool. But this time I'm using the round one right here. And I'm actually going to drop my opacity to about 50%, as you can see up here. I hit the 5, and I'm just going to pull out and kind of, okay, Command Z, Command Z. I'm actually going to do this at 30%. So I purposely decided to just do this one without actually practicing it first, because I wanted you guys to see that when I edit, I kind of try stuff. And actually, kind of surprised, but I really like this one best. And that's it. That's 3 ways that you can add fog. You don't have a fog machine, not a problem. You can still have fog in your images. Happy Halloween. So that was 3 ways that you can create fog in Photoshop. You can use a gradient brush, you can use a stock image, and you can use clouds, a picture of clouds. The reason I wanted to give you 3 ways is because sometimes you want a different kind of look and you may not have access to stock images. So go shoot some clouds. You could use your cell phone for that. And sometimes one technique just doesn't work as well as another. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Especially if there's something else you want to see, leave it in the comments. And I'm happy to work with you. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you get your notifications. I'll see you next Friday at 3 o'clock. Thank you. So I have a confession. It's 7:30 at night. This isn't coffee. It's just water. But the cup is pretty.